Alright, Afterburn here, yet again, at my friend Chanterra's house, apartment, whatever you want to call it. And part 2 of this video series, of this video triumvirate that I'm doing. This bad boy. We'll go to the around to the table and we'll start. Alright, so this is Iron Factory's EX-35, codenamed Merak, but in universe he is named Tesarus. And he is this big old hunking tank with grabby arms and a grinder in on his top, things like that. You can really see where the robot is. It's just him lying down on his back. That's literally all it is. So, before we go any further, let's get the whole group in. Hopefully I can get the full 5-pack in here. Now, I did just transform this back, so I haven't put his guns back on, but there's Tarn, there's Voss, and there is Kaon. And that's the whole team that we're getting so far. They haven't announced Nickel or the Animal, so not sure if we're going to be getting those, but the core team of 5 is here, which is nice. Move these guys off. Move them all off to the side, and we'll focus on Tesarus here. Now, being a tank and being such a small tank as it is, he doesn't have a whole lot to do. He has no rolling wheels at all, so he doesn't move. But he has some articulation. He's got articulation, ball joint at the base, hinge, and the claws have a ball joint as well, and each individual finger of the claws has a hinge as well, so you can get some decent rotation, grabby motions, and you can articulate it almost to the point where he can drop them in the grinder, as that's what he is. He is a torture tank. Great paint job, the tan and silver, bit of red, bit of pink, looking very nice. Obviously those are his legs, there are his arms. His head's hiding, but we'll get to that. Lots of treads, lots of death, lots of murder. But that's what the DJD does. To get him into robot form, I'm going to move the grabbers out of the way because they are kind of in the way. Well, not kind of, but they just are in the way. I'm going to come down here to the legs, or what will be the legs. You pull these tabs out. Now there's 3 different spots. There's all the way up. There's all the way down. There's one, and for vehicle form, it's in the middle. You want, for robot mode, to go all the way down. And they just peg in right behind the knees. And then you want to take the feet, bring them down on that hinge, rotate them around, and then they slide back up into place. Take these 2 little posts, rotate them back so they're out of the way, and he's able to stand on his own. Then you want to take each leg, rotate them at the thigh so they're facing the proper direction. At this point you want to come up here, pull this tab out, which then frees up this half of the treads. It comes out from here you rotate it that way, and you plug them in together. Drop this piece that was up, comes back down, that comes down. You then rotate the arm down and around so that the elbow joint is now in the middle of the tread. Right arm is the same. This panel comes up and out, and then frees up this whole piece to come up, rotate around. Big tab, big slot, cat hair not included. Boom. This piece down, that piece down. The arm unfolds, rotates 180, pegs into place, rotate the fist. Get some height on this. To reveal the head, you take this and it just collapses up behind his head like so. And there he is. There is, well, almost. Before we do that, take these two little treads at the back, and on this you'll see those pink bits. You want to rotate these treads so that the pink bits are actually inside the chest. And then you move that head covering back, and there he is in robot mode, finally. And this is Tesarus. Take a good look at that head to start with. Big old X-shaped visor. Very creepy. It is transparent plastic, so you don't want to be doing anything there or there to break it, because, you know, transparent plastic, it's going to break at some point. Head is on a ball joint, but you can't really get too much movement out of it because of his visor. Shoulders are on a full swivel. They also have a hinge here. Bicep, elbow swivel is there. From the transformation, you can't really go too far because it breaks the look of it. Elbows swing both ways. It's just how it is. Just the way of the setup here. You get a waist joint. Legs go forward and back. Oop. That's a first. He's also got an ab crunch I didn't know about. Legs can go forward. They can go back. They can go all the way outward. They can go outward 2 clicks on a ratchet joint. You've got the thigh swivel. You got a really good 90-degree bend at the knee. And then the toes have the ball joint, which you can see in there, and also the toe pits move as well. And considering he is the same rough size as Helix, I'm not going to do a size comparison, because it is basically the same thing. You're not going to get too much out of it. But that is Tesarus. He's very nice. He's got that big old cavity again, because he is the grinder of them all. Whereas Mr. Helix here has a smelting chamber in his chest. I didn't mention that before, but he does. But having all 5 of them together is not just what they can do. In the next video, you'll see exactly what I mean. Stay tuned, stay frosty.